interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. I don't know what that was. Look, I got the lower thirds working right.
Oh, sweet.
Hey, we're not on Facebook Live.
Oh.
But we got the lower thirds going.
Yeah.
Kevin's on time for the countdown. How about that?
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah.
Hi, Laura.
Love the countdown. That's a great countdown.
Yeah.
I love that tune.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the last things I'm going to end up licensing from them, because I'm going to go with a different licensing organization for my background music and stuff for my YouTube,
Yeah.
My Fiverr stuff. But I love that. It's funky, man. I get into it.
I don't know if it's
gets me
funky.
amped up for, maybe not funky, but like, it's got good energy. It gets me amped up for the show. I'm ready. Yeah, let's go. Woo! ThinkSoJoE show. And we're gonna get saucy today.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Leland and Ryan will be around in the second segment of the show.
That's awesome. I'm so
We
excited.
got all the LEDs now set to yellow in the studio. They kind of look green on camera if you see them back there.
They do.
But,
they always yellow lights look green on camera a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, the yellow lights in LEDs tend to look green.
They do.
Anyway. I didn't change my keyboard or my mouse.
That's okay. We're still going with the pride thing.
We still got the pride thing going, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Laura thinks that this is. She does not think this is an official WWE T-shirt.
Oh, really?
She has her doubts. I wore it because I know the last time Kevin saw it in a picture, it triggered him. So I'm wearing this today.
Why you gotta do that?
And I just kind of dug it out of the bin, out of the hamper in there or whatever.
Yeah.
Basket.
He's too cool to put his laundry away.
I got too much laundry to be able to put it away. I don't have enough room for it.
Maybe you should go through your shirts and get rid of.
I'm gonna have to buy like a shit ton of milk crates and some more boards and build myself a T-shirt storage thing too now.
There you go.
I've spent about $100 on this now.
Yeah.
You think between I spent 40 on 6 milk crates, another probably 30 between the 3 boards, and I just bought some more. I bought some new LED lights.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have enough to do all 3 shelves. So I bought 3. I bought like 36 feet for like $20.
That's just ridiculous.
Plus spent another $10 to get a controller for them with 3-way splitters, so I can control them with one remote.
Yeah.
So that's a total of $100 I spent on this. But if you go look at vinyl storage solutions, like just look for things to put your vinyl in, like the little wooden cubes and stuff like that. Those things cost like $30 each.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the long run, I have enough space probably for about 300 records.
That's cool.
And
how many do you have now?
Oh, geez. Let's find out. Let's go back to Discogs.
Thought you would know.
No, because we just added. We just got 5 more. So I think probably 121, 122.
122. Okay.
Because I got the green Jello the other day too.
Oh.
So which actually I'm actually at like 123 because there's another vinyl with the green Jello.
Oh yeah.
Which is not part of that green. Like it's a separate album.
Oh, okay.
It's actually their first EP, called Let It Be. But it's got the cover that they weren't allowed to release it with, which is a parody of the Abbey Road cover.
Okay.
And the cover that they eventually ended up releasing it with was a parody of the Let It Be cover.
Okay.
So, but it's a documentary. It came with the documentary. Mm-hmm. Green Jello Sucks Live. And I popped in the DVD that night. I turned the volume down because our TV's weird about, like, it plays music really loud, but dialogue really low, no matter what setting I put it on. So I'm just like, all right, let me turn this down. I'm trying to find, it doesn't have subtitles on the DVD. I don't have the TV remote to put the captions on. So I'm just like, all right, I can't hear a damn thing. I just want to see if my friends are on here. Fast forward. But it was made in like 2015, and I think Dewey probably joined in like 2016.
I don't know.
Because they had a performance from 2015 from the waiting room, and Dewey was not up there with them.
Okay.
So I think Dewey probably joined in like 2016. So,
We'll have to get him on the line.
Yeah.
One of these days.
One of these days we'll talk to Dewey and we'll get his green Jello story, how he became a member, one of many Guinness World Record breaking members of Green Jello. That's true. They are the largest band. The most number of members in a band is in Green Jello. But yeah, I got that vinyl from Enjoy the Ride Records. There's still a very, very limited number left. If you go to enjoytheriderecords.com, you can pick up yours. And it comes with the DVD and it comes with the vinyl EP, the 7-inch. And then today we just got 5 ska records.
Yeah.
From Jump Up Records, courtesy of Ska Punk Daily.
Okay.
Which I was just kind of sitting in my studio. I think it was Friday or something.
I think it was Friday.
You sent me a message and you're like, "Hey, look at this!" And it's 5 ska records and a bunch of other stuff for $50. It's like, oh man, that's a good thing. That's a cool thing. Go ahead, Laura, check. It's absolutely true. Green Jello has the most members of any band. But anyway, so you're like, oh, 5 ska records for $50. Like, hey, that's not bad. And I just thought it was like, they pick 5 ska records for you. No, you pick 5 ska records.
Yeah, they had 2 categories, like 2 lists. You had to pick 2 of the newer, more popular stuff, and then 3 less mainstream ska.
Yes, it was 3 classic ska, 2 out of a list of classic ska records.
Yeah, it was the Toasters and Mephistopheles.
And there were the Scatolites were in there and some other bands. And so then and then you have a list of, you pick 3 out of Jump Up Records label people. And one of them was a 17-song compilation of different bands, and the Toasters are on there and some other bands. One of the bands did a cover of This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan. I'm like, wait, I know this song.
I walked past the studio and he's got this smile on his face.
So we took advantage of that. It was a 4th of July deal.
Yeah. I got this pin.
Oh yeah, you got that Ska the Vote pin. I got
Ska the Vote.
We also got a We Do the Ska beer koozie. And also a Ska Punk Daily slip mat for my turntable. So I was, it was for $50. Shit, that's a really good deal. And it was just straight up $50.
Yeah. No tax.
Give us $50, we'll give you 5 ska records. And we got a 6th sleeve. And I don't know why, so I made sure to mention that when I posted on Instagram about getting it, in hopes that Ska Punk Daily or Jump Up Records
didn't mess up or something.
Will be like, oh yeah, hey, this is why you gotta, or oh shit, we've been looking for that. Can you send it back, or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the thing. I don't know when Andrew's coming back. Lexi's moving to England, so you could go hang out with her all you want.
Oh yeah, she's going to Manchester. I don't know where Laura is. I don't know anything about the geography of the UK.
Me neither. But, well, hopefully we'll get Andrew back. I know they were planning on doing stuff, and then, of course, with the virus, nobody's doing much. There's things are starting to happen again here in Western New York, thankfully.
Yes, we'll be talking about that a little bit later.
We're probably not getting out to any of it, but,
No, I'm definitely not.
Well, and it's also at, Sportsman's and other places that we really can't get to.
From the city.
Without, Ubering or taking, multiple buses or whatever. But Brian and I went to several stores the other day.
Yeah.
We went to Walmart, which was
that's scary to me.
That was scary to us. And when we were trying to do hoodies, and Walmart had the hoodies that we were using on clearance, it was like, hey, who wants to go on the worst errand in the world right now? And Brian was like, there's no way I'm going to Walmart. But he texted me the other day. He's like, hey, do you want to go to Walmart and Guitar Center? I'm like, yeah, sure. Why the hell not? I don't want anything. I'll just tag along.
Yeah.
And we're walking through Walmart. He's like, this has got to be the most boring hang you've ever had. I'm like, nah.
No, Karina just sleeps all the time.
I get out of, it gets me out of the house. It's a change of scenery. It's in air conditioning. So I'm happy about this.
True.
We went to your mom's house. That was not bad.
That was really spontaneous, unplanned, and it turned out to be really nice to just go to my mom's house.
I got to see Allison for the first time since Christmas.
6 or 7 months.
And I got to see your mom's garden. I got to have some McDonald's for lunch.
Yeah, we had McDonald's. That was such a treat.
I haven't had McDonald's in forever.
I haven't wanted McDonald's in forever, but I was hungry.
Well, as soon as your mom said, "Hey, do you want to come with?" I'm like, I might get McDonald's out of this. Yeah, sure, let's go. Why not? Sure, I have to leave my nice air-conditioned house, but
yeah,
yeah. We actually have the studio door open, so we can hopefully get some of the air from the
So we might get
from the bedroom.
Squirrel in here.
So we can get some air from the bedroom, hopefully, because it is hot in Buffalo.
Reese cat.
Don't call the cat in here.
Reese.
Don't call the cat.
She's mad at me.
Yeah, because you keep fucking with her.
I'm playing
Poor
with
cat.
her.
Yeah, you think you're playing. She's just like, why the fuck is this lady bothering me?
She's just like, I'm trying to sleep, bitch.
6:10 p.m., 89 degrees. Oh, now it's 6:11. It changed right after I said it. I wouldn't drink Coke if you paid me. That's the second time I've said something like that today. I won't eat at the Seneca Street Burger King if you paid me, is what I told Brian earlier. Yeah. Because, like, as bad as I hated the McDonald's on Military and Niagara Falls Boulevard, don't eat there, by the way, if you haven't, don't. Because every time I would eat there, I would get food poisoning. So as bad as I didn't like that...
Yeah, it's never sat well.
As bad as I didn't like that place, at least it looked clean.
It does.
But the Burger King on Seneca...
I've never been in there.
Not so much. I mean, I've eaten there. I've never gotten sick there, to be fair. I don't really particularly want to go there.
Yeah.
Because they're not, like, professional. The place doesn't look clean, especially right now I wouldn't eat there. I mean, I'm sure it's clean now because nobody's been in there.
Oh, that's true.
But, still. But, anyway. Yeah, so, but, like, it came up in my memories the other day. Somebody asked me when I was working at the hotel, like, hey, is it safe to walk over to this McDonald's over here? And my comment on Facebook was, it's probably safer to walk there than it is to eat there. Which is true. I mean, I've never seen anybody get beat up or hurt or anything in that little stretch of road on Niagara Falls Boulevard there. No. I'm sure it's happened, but I've never seen it. I've never heard. I don't recall any stories of that. But seriously, like, I couldn't eat there. Like, every time I ate there, I just got sick.
That sucks.
And so, like, don't eat there.
Don't eat there.
Just don't. If you're in Niagara Falls and you really, really want McDonald's, go to the one on Pine.
Yep.
Never had a problem with the one on Pine. Everybody there was when I used to live there and I used to go there, was like super professional. And we used to go there a lot. I did anyway, because that's where the STEM shows were. It was like right in that plaza. Yeah. So we would go see STEM and get McDonald's and, buy tinfoil at the Jubilee or whatever the fuck. Save a lot.
Whatever for.
You know what it was for.
I do know what it's for. I could give you a tutorial right now.
I'm sure you could. You over there commenting because somebody's got a Coke can with a hole in it on a 98 unpopular kid in high school starter pack. And you're just like, I know what that Coke can's for. I'm like, yeah, we all know what that Coke can's for.
I would still do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though you have these nice fancy things for these nice fancy apparatuses now. Apparatuses, paraphernalia.
Pieces of paraphernalia. Yes. I recently broke one of my pipes though. My crystal pipe. I was resin hitting it and it overheated and it just split. And it got really hot. I don't know. Like, my fingertips go numb sometimes, so I don't always know temperature. Sure. So I didn't really realize that it was getting that hot, and it just... And there was hardly any resin in there. Like, usually when a bowl breaks, you're like, sweet, resin. And it was a new pipe. It was new. What are you going to do? So... Yeah. Yeah. Back to the old one.
Yep. I was catching up on Facebook for a second because the electrician that came last week.
Yes.
Apparently never got back to our landlady with a quote.
Well, he didn't come on time either.
This is also true. electricians, we want to get like 5 outlets down here. I don't know how many upstairs.
Working class stiffs are electricians. This
is true. Hey, we'll talk to them, I guess. We'll reach out. We'll see. We're trying to get like 5 outlets down here. I know she's got a ceiling fan and some outlets she wants to get put in.
And we have a light fixture that we need fixed.
That one?
No.
Oh.
Outside.
Oh, outside. Yeah. The one on the porch. Okay.
Yeah.
That one's just like hanging by a thread on the ceiling, but
that's interesting. I just now noticed that.
Oh yeah, that one's been bad
to it.
That's been bad for a while.
I don't always look at the ceiling. I can't reach it. I can't see it.
Anyway, I had to get up like close to the ceiling yesterday to get up over here. I got my little Meredith Snow stool.
Is it back here?
It's behind the my old guitar there. Yeah.
I don't think I can reach it. I
Probably
can't reach
not.
it. I
No.
can't reach.
But it's literally the exact same stool Meredith Snow has that she brings when she takes concert photography.
Yeah.
And like as soon as I bought it, I'm like, wait, I know this stool. I've had to carry this stool. But yeah, so I was like, ooh, you know what I need to do is now that I have, shelving again, right. I can get my Macho Man figures out of the basement.
He was like a little kid getting these figures. Like he looked like a little kid, like a 7-year-old.
Well, so
I was really excited.
You were sleeping.
I wasn't sleeping.
So I went downstairs and I went in the bin where I got all my wrestling figures, and I'm like, okay, let me get my Macho Man figures. And then I saw my Stone Cold Steve Austin figures, and I'm like, ah, shit. And the Macho Man ones were in the bottom of the fucking bin, of course. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm bringing the bin up. And it's a big fucking bin.
Yeah.
It's huge. So I had to, like, carry this thing up the stairs, come in here, get what I wanted, get it all set up on the shelf, bring the bin back downstairs.
You think I slept through that? Come on.
I don't think you slept through that. I mean, well, you sleep through anything, I guess. But
yeah,
that's what you said last week.
Well, this week, I don't sleep through your commotion.
But I got my...
Yes, and it looks wonderful. You guys can't see it, unfortunately.
They're not in the bin. They're downstairs somewhere.
Well,
I know right where they are. If I go downstairs, they're right there. I can... The ones that Laura won.
Oh.
Yeah. If I go downstairs, they are right there. I could just grab them, bring them right back up.
Oh.
So... But yeah, so I move, and I'm like, I have a record cleaner, right? And so it's this heavy thing filled with water, and I put it like on the shelf right above the record player. I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep that there. So eventually what I did was cleared off my other shelf, put all the stuff that was on there up on top of this shelf that I just built, and put the record cleaner on the other shelf. So now if it falls, it's not getting the... it's not going to fall because that's a, actual shelf.
Yeah.
And 2, it's not going to fall on the record player.
Yeah, that would suck. That would be
so,
an epic fail.
So, and then I'm sitting here yesterday. I'm trying to get these LED strips in because I moved. If you watched last week, I moved where the NBA Jam is. I moved it over a few feet so I have more access to my table. And to do that, I had to move where my outlet where my power strip was, and to do that I had to flip where my LED strips were plugged in.
Holy cannoli.
So big pain in the ass time last night to do all that, when I could have probably just walked downstairs, grabbed an extension cord, and
you asshole.
But my path to the door was blocked because I had both chairs, the stool, my guitars, my amp and everything were all like right in my way, so I couldn't get out. So I'm like, all right, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. It's going to work. I'm gonna make it work. And then I eventually ended up ordering some more LED strips anyway. But that's besides the point. But yeah, do all that. I had to move everything over and like rearrange everything. And as I'm like rearranging the LED strips and trying to put them back under the bins, I'm knocking over things on the top shelf, and the things on the top shelf are bumping into the light, which is bumping into the wall, which is knocking other shit down. And I have. It was a rosemary hat, and it is on my shelf over here. Yes. It's with my hats.
Oh.
Yes, I still have it. I do.
There's a lot of hats there.
I have. There was somebody who worked for Impact Wrestling. I don't remember her name. I don't ever recall seeing her on TV or working or whatever, but I have her autograph signed to Laura. But yeah, I have but it came with like, I think a bunch of pictures of the Impact Wrestling Knockouts, their women's division, and a hat from my favorite Impact Knockout, Rosemary.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, cool. Who I watched on TV. I actually watched Impact Wrestling last night. I was like, ooh, you know what? It's Tuesday. Let me see what's going. You know, they got a big pay-per-view coming up next weekend. Not this coming weekend, the next weekend. But let me see what's going on. See if they drop any more hints as to like who some of these mystery wrestlers that are coming in are going to be. And wasn't disappointed. Thought it was a good show.
That's good.
Looking forward to stealing their pay-per-view next week. I want to see it, but I want to see it, but I don't want to pay, however much they're charging for it. So,
yeah.
Not that I can't afford it. Maybe I should. Maybe I will order it.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I would be more first of all, with the virus, like I'm not going to invite a bunch of people to my house to watch anything.
Yeah.
I think if, I had people who were like, hey, I really want to see that Impact Wrestling pay-per-view. Can you want to get together? Then maybe I'd be more inclined to actually like pay for it. But I'm not going to pay $45 so I could watch something for 3 hours.
I hear ya.
On TV.
Yeah.
Like I'd pay $45. What did you drop? Your phone?
No.
Oh, you dropped. You knocked over my my charger.
I hope it didn't break.
I hope not either. That's a good charger. Here, this is how you see. You just push the button, and then it tells you if it's charged.
Okay.
And then it's also got a flashlight.
That's rude. That's rude.
I actually got to use that yesterday. Not yesterday, but over the weekend.
Yeah.
It was like my phone was at like 20% battery, and your mom's like, "Hey, you want to go for a ride?" Sure. Let me just get something real quick. But yeah, Brian and I kind of ran around everywhere. He was looking for pinwheels. Like children's pinwheels.
Yeah.
Like you would have when you were a kid, and you just blow on it, and it's got all the pretty colors and all that. He was looking for those. Nobody's got them.
How many does he need?
I don't know.
Not that I go anywhere to keep my eye out for them, but maybe my mother does.
Yeah, I mean, we went like everywhere.
Yeah, here, but like my mom lives in North Tonawanda.
Right.
So maybe
This
they
is
have
true.
them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But we went to Walmart, we went to Home Depot, we went to Tops, we went to Dollar Tree, we went to Dollar General, we went to Family Dollar.
Yeah, wow.
We went to a Rite Aid. We went like we went to actually
go to a Big Lots.
We did not go to a Big Lots, but we went like.
And you didn't go to a Value.
We did not, but we went like everywhere we could think of and couldn't find them.
Yeah.
So like I think you might be right about that, Laura. I think that might air free in Europe, but anyway. But yeah, so we went like everywhere we could think of. We were just like going in and, hey, do you guys got pinwheels? Like, if we did, they'd be in this aisle. Oh no, we're sold out for the season. Oh no, we never got any this year.
Yeah.
So they're surprisingly hard to find. Apparently, he went to like a Family Dollar and was like, hey, do you guys have pinwheels? And they're like, what's a pinwheel?
I remember from preschool, literally from preschool.
Yeah. Like,
we
who
made
doesn't,
our own pinwheels.
Who doesn't know what a pinwheel is? But yeah, we had a nice day out. Just kind of, hey, let's go do something. It was Friday, I think.
I think so.
No, it was Monday. It was a wrestling day. I know that much.
I don't know.
Anyway, but yeah, it was a nice day out. It was just, got out of the house, got to do stuff, got to see people. People I don't know.
Mm.
Got to look at people like, why the fuck aren't you wearing a mask?
Yeah.
Like, not very many, though. There was a lot of people. Most of the people were wearing masks, keeping their distance, doing what they could do to help slow the spread of the virus, which here in New York, we're doing a great job.
Thank goodness.
We need to keep up doing a great job. And, New York is now one of several states that won't let people from Florida in.
Oh, gosh.
If you're traveling from Florida, you cannot, if you come into New York, you have a mandated 2-week quarantine.
Like, do you have to put yourself up for 2 weeks?
I don't know what the deal is, but it's mandatory for a 2-week quarantine. There's like fines if you break the quarantine.
That's crazy.
So and they're significant fines.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they ought to be.
Yeah, exactly. So like WWE was working around that by sending people to Philadelphia. Like, okay, find your own way from Philadelphia, because now you're coming from Philadelphia. You're not technically coming from Florida, but now Pennsylvania says, well, if you're coming from Florida, you got to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that killed that, thankfully, because we don't want that shit here. If you're coming from Florida, stay the fuck away from me. Like, we don't want your virus. Keep that shit in Florida. Down south. Kid Rock, not Kid Rock, Vanilla Ice was, he had a concert scheduled for Texas, and he was going to actually go through with it, and finally somebody was like, dude? And he's like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. Cancel the show. Speaking of which, I had to cancel my first national act show.
Yeah.
It was like, I had absolutely nothing to do with this other than, I helped book the venue with your help, and I put up the ticket link with Greg Burt's help. And I was kind of serving as a middleman for this guy who was trying to get Dog Fashion Disco here.
I love Dog Fashion Disco.
And we got everything was set for, I think, like June, and then it got pushed back to October. And then I get an email from Purple Pass, who were doing the tickets through, and they're like, oh yeah, some of our customers said that you canceled your event. We just wanted to show you how to cancel it on Purple Pass. And I said, this is news to me, but let me find out what's going on. So I messaged the dude that was, my go-between between me and the band. And he's like, oh, yeah, they messaged me earlier, and I was going to let you know a little later on. Like, oh, okay, cool. I get that because I do that all the time. I'll get a message and then relay it later, But yeah, okay, cool. I'll cancel the tickets so everybody gets the refunds and all that. So remind you to let Marty know. Yes, I know. But yeah, that's what's going on. I had to cancel a main national act show.
Yeah,
my first one I ever booked. Air quotes for those of you listening on all WNY or the podcast later on or whatever, instead of watching on YouTube. I don't know why anybody would just listen. I mean, I guess it's just background noise if you put it on.
My mom puts it on as background noise.
Well, then again, the podcasts I listen to, I can't watch on video, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I put on podcasts while I'm working, so I don't get to listen to podcasts very often.
Yeah.
But when I am doing stuff, I like to put on a podcast and just like, oh yeah, what are Eric and Conrad talking about this week on 83 Weeks? Wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
You have no idea what the 83 weeks signifies, do you?
No.
No. Okay, so 83 Weeks is Eric Bischoff's podcast. And Eric Bischoff used to run a company called WCW.
Okay.
And WCW for 83 weeks in a row beat Monday Night Raw in the ratings. Okay. And then after those 83 weeks were over, WWF just kicked their ass.
Okay.
And put them out of business in 2001 and bought them for like money I could probably afford. Oh. That's how badly they
would they take payments? Could that help build your credit?
Maybe. That's why I want to buy a guitar so I can.
I know.
Yeah.
If you didn't have such a good reason for it, I might be putting my foot down.
Well, what do you think? That gray, that charcoal gray one?
Yeah.
I think I like that one.
There was that one blue one that was really nice, but like.
Yes, Laura, I'm aware that happened in the 90s.
I was not aware.
Jasmine, you're early. Anyway. So we are going to play music in just a minute here from Intrepid Travelers.
Yeah.
Who you saw a few years ago, apparently, and I have never heard of until today, but I got to listen to them.
To be fair, I don't remember seeing them.
Well,
but I know that I did.
Okay. Fair enough. But I was listening to, I got to listen to the song earlier while I was recording it into the thing. Your tablet's off then, Jasmine. Anyway, you need to sync your clock just like Karina needs to do with her phone.
I don't need to. It keeps me on my toes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this is Intrepid Travelers. This song is called Party People, and we'll be back with Yellow Sauce next. That was Intrepid Travelers on all WNY Think So Joe show.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I dug it.
Yeah.
Liked it. It was good stuff.
Good stuff.
We're going to get our guests invited here.
Yeah.
So they texted us during the show, during the song break, that they were ready. So now we just got to wait for them to pop up over there. And then
Okay.
they should pop up any second now. Sent them the invite. Ooh. Yeah.
They've seen the invite.
They have seen the invite. Now we just have to wait for them to accept the... Hey, look at that.
It's doing stuff.
Admit. Okay, hey.
Hey.
All right. Just give me 1 second here to get you guys on camera for the YouTube. And which one is it? That one.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Joining us now is a band with one of the most handsome, bearded, bald men in the history of existence ever, and Ryan. What's going on, Yellow Sauce? There you are. Okay, connecting to audio. There you are.
Yep.
Okay, let me get you some audio here. I just turned you guys up. I don't know if we can. We're inaudible.
Inaudible. We're not talking.
Oh, they got it. They fixed it. All right. This is our first time doing a live Zoom call. So,
Yeah.
yes.
For now.
You guys are always seem to be fighting battles, particularly against a wizard from space. So all haven't seen those guys since March, unfortunately, and hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Yeah. When we played Open for Head PE, that was the last show. That was the last time I've seen Kevin, at least. I've seen John and Brian since then, but we haven't all gotten together to play or anything. So hopefully soon. Our next scheduled show is, I think, September in Rochester. So that's going on. But you guys, first of all, in the chat right now, well, they're telling me they can't hear you. Let me see if I can turn you up a little bit more and see if we can maybe get them. But in the chat right now, they're lamenting the fact that Ryan does not currently have any eggs. Oh, you know what? I see why they can't hear you. I see. Let me fix that.
Oh, they can't hear us?
There we go. Now they can hear you. That was my fault. That was my fault.
We have a message. It's fine, Joe.
Okay.
We have a message for the world.
Well, beer and eggs. It's in every show contract.
Yeah, Ryan said he needs beer
and eggs.
Do the eggs need to be prepared any special way, or you just want them like in the shell?
Scrambled.
Oh, you gotta scramble.
I think if you don't prepare eggs scrambled, it's wrong. Well, that's not true.
Joe has over easy eggs every morning.
I do.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, he gets 2 eggs and toast.
Oh,
well-formed diet.
There they are. Okay.
Well-formed diet.
Might have messed it up a little bit.
All the morning protein.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Ryan,
also
about that morning protein.
Also in the chat, Jasmine said she made popcorn for this.
Aww.
Oh.
She made popcorn to enjoy, and now they can hear you. So now they're excited that they can actually hear you. So that was my fault.
No, that's okay. You know, we could have gone the whole time.
Yeah. We wouldn't have known.
That's why I'm glad we do this on YouTube.
It's like, you know, it just forces people to pay attention because you got to like try to figure out what the other half of the conversation is.
Well, I mean, the good thing is it did pick up on the podcast as far as I know, like the actual audio. So it won't be in the YouTube, but it'll be in the, when you stream it from your favorite podcasting service.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine.
So
Spotify.
So what's going on with you guys? You've done a few live stream stuff. I joined in sort of in one of them.
Yeah, you were on the we had you on the iPad.
Yeah.
Classic.
It just freezes at the end of my video, so it's just a picture of me by the time they start playing.
Yep. But you're still there, which is the point. You gotta honorary official narrator, TM. Yeah, that was the best. The next one where we did the Bison trilogy without you. That was a mess. It was, you can't not have Joe for the Bison trilogy.
Right, I intro and outro the Bison trilogy, so
exactly. It's just like meat, without Joe.
Hold on, everyone say hi to Abel Higgins.
That's my cat.
Hello.
Come
over here. Come here, kitty.
there you go. Everybody who's always wanting our cats to come in here, that they get a cat this week. It's not one of ours, but they get a cat. Anyway.
You guys got enough of them for sure.
Well, we got cats, but we don't let them in the studio. We don't want that. I try to keep this as fur-free as possible.
We're taking on professional vibes. Our studio producer is setting us up with a light and camera holder.
So nice and lit.
Oh my god.
Look at that. Hey, look at that.
Ooh. Wow.
Look at these guys getting all professional on their end.
God said,
come sauce.
God said, let there be sauce.
God said.
What did he say? Satan said, and then there will be sauce?
I would think Satan would be the one to say that.
We are a Satan worshipping.
This is Satan's. This is, if you didn't know, this is the most wholesome band in the world, Yellow Sauce.
Yes.
Satan's favorite band.
Yeah.
Also.
Yes.
We have these reputations.
You do. You absolutely do.
Satan likes us because we are, because we glorify him to the masses.
Yeah.
Leland's trying to figure out the lights.
You got all these options, and how do you know which one to pick?
There's too many options these days.
Yeah.
Which one do you like brighter?
That's the problem with
I hear you, because we got 3 different settings on our light that we're using here, so
you should adjust yours too. We'll just have a change up.
We'll just sit here and push the buttons, and that'll be the whole interview.
Yeah. For sure, bud.
Jasmine wants to know, where is Jesse Pinkman?
He's on the floor over there. He's and does not give a shit. It's my other cat. He's Marissa's other cat. He's fluffy. That's his shtick. That's where you get it.
All right, so you guys have a big announcement you wanted to make today.
Oh shit! We forgot to do that.
Oh, we forgot to think of what we were gonna announce.
Ah shit!
This is that's the fluffy one. See?
Oh, come here! I need you. Come here.
Don't you have like 4 that look like him?
He's the boy. He's a saucy motherfucker.
We do have 3 orange cats.
Yeah.
One who is fluffy like that.
Yes. He's more of a blonde than an orange.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Feel that?
So is Pink Man's, I would say.
Pinksters.
Yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to talk about our announcement though.
Yeah. That's Ryan's announcement. Good.
Oh, our announcement?
Yeah.
So we've been working for the past year so far at Washington Studios to release in a full band recording our full edition of The Ballad of Bob Ball.
Yeah.
So that's the big announcement tonight.
Yeah, that was our banana that died for anybody that
For anyone who missed it. All we found in it was his peel.
Yeah, all that was left.
Oh my gosh. It's tragic.
Rest in peace, Bob Paul. We miss Bob Paul.
Yeah, we do.
Weren't we watching something the other day with a crazy, like, half human, half banana? It was DuckTales, wasn't it?
It was
We didn't
DuckTales.
really call him human.
Well, no.
No, but humanoid.
Humanoid, yeah. Anthropomorphic.
All right, I'll give that. Yeah.
I like the humanoid description. That works.
Yeah.
It makes me feel intelligent to say, too. Humanoid.
Yeah.
You just go one step further, say anthropomorphic.
I
But
can't.
we're
That's a
really
mouthful.
excited about it. We added a lot of extra tracks on it that weren't on the original. For many of you who have listened to it,
Yeah.
we felt that there wasn't a good full portrayal of the fact that there was a story going on.
So we hired a fucking narrator. A motherfucking
He's
fucking
terrible.
stud. His name is fucking ThinkSoJoE.
I was gonna make the joke that I was on the first one, but I am absolutely on this new one. I'm like all over this new one.
Joe is laced throughout the album, tying it all together, making it just a true cohesive story that we always wanted it to be. And with full instrumentation, I think we've achieved a fucking full-blown rock opera, which is, that's, I think, what we're, fuck it,
Give it 10 years or so, there'll be a Yellow Sauce Broadway musical.
Listen,
That's really the goal here.
let me hook you up with the Patchwork Theater folks. They do this stuff.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
Yeah, you know BD2, right?
No.
BD2?
You've played with them. Well,
I booked you guys with BD2, like
formerly Billy
yeah,
Draws.
yeah, formerly known as Billy
Yes.
Draws 2.
Of course.
Yes, I don't know if they still have their theater space, but they're very versed in converting music from an album to the stage. So, I smell a collaboration.
I smell it.
That's what that's it right there.
Oh, Joe farted.
That's really the end goal too of what we just released. Far in the future would be to definitely have some sort of theatrical or movie or whatever adaptation of it, because there's really a whole story to be told and a whole narrative to address and display to people.
Joe really addresses the narrative. Let me tell you guys.
Let me tell you, Joe, front center stage, bro. Yeah.
I was making you guys sweat a little bit on some of these. Like, you're like, dude, we need this tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll get it to you. And then I send it to you at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That's all we ever need.
Yeah. I mean, that's totally like what we do with everything. So
Basically.
Worked out perfectly then.
But yeah, Doug at Watching Studios, he did a lot of good work.
The man's a genius.
Man's a genius. A
Yeah.
lot of production on it. He plays all of the bass tracks on it.
Yep.
Some phenomenal work. Phenomenal
Truly
work
genius.
that Doug does. If anyone needs anyone to record with, or who should I go with? And you're inexperienced, Doug could definitely help you out as well, as far as filling in some of the blanks as well.
You guys,
he could just, like, in terms of him playing the bass, he just,
Yeah,
he's not like an honorary member. He just picks it up, and he's just. That's one of the things I really like about it, is that it gave the album a sense of, like, who knows what's gonna happen, that sort of thing, and we appreciate that here at Yellow Sauce.
Yeah. Doug had a big part of kind of stylizing the full band arrangements, because me and Leland didn't ever have anything super specific in mind as we expanded this into a larger sound wall. And he really did a really great job of filling in a lot of the space that was there with a lot of the acoustic setup that me and Leland had previously made up.
Really emphasizes all of our tones, electric and acoustic.
And yeah, exactly.
It's
I
beautiful.
think every track has an acoustic on it, just about.
No, you keep it always. Yeah.
Always, yeah, because that's the roots. That's the roots right there.
are you guys allowed? Are you guys allowed to say who your drummer was on this album?
Are we?
No.
Okay.
We're not allowed.
All right. We'll leave it at that then. We will leave it at that.
Maybe never.
Maybe never.
We'll leave it at that. We don't.
Leave it at that.
That's why I
Yeah,
asked.
There's a live action drummer on the album, and the performance is amazing. It's it's excellent. It's more than we could have ever asked for, which is super cool.
He did the whole album in like 2 hours.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
He played it 2 hours.
Straight
Yeah.
professional, man. Yeah, it was cool. And the release date of this motherfucker is August 28th. Traditional Sauce Month, end of the month release date.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Gonna stroke Yellow Sauce Month, and then the splurge at the end.
We were thinking this might not have come out till next year, and that this wasn't going to be a Sauce Month thing. But I'm glad that we made it. We're making it happen. It's Sauce Month.
Sauce Month is. We're meant to be a distraction from the hard times and all the fucking difficulties in the world for everybody. All the peoples.
Yeah.
And yeah. Can't fuck it. Let's do an album. Sauce Month. 2020.
Sauce Month.
Sauce Month 2020.
Fuck the
Absolutely. Still got the original Sauce Month balloon. It's right up there on the shelf behind the camera there.
It
so
does not have any air in it.
there's no air in it, but it's still right up there behind the.
It's there though.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The heart's there.
Exactly.
We got actual physical CDs for the album. Legit motherfuckers. Yeah, like last time we just did some like let's make these little things ourselves. It'll be all crafty and handmade and stuff, and that was fun. But like this time went all out. We got like these special physical copies. You'll be able to get one. There'll be more information. We'll post pictures and stuff as we receive them.
Sweet.
Ordered and what have you. So that's cool. And we were thinking about doing like a live stream for the release, and then maybe like a fashionably late release party when things are happening again, you know. But like we're not gonna let you down. I'll perform, throw on a little shindig, get Joe in there on iPad or in person, whatever works. It'll be a hell of a time.
Excellent.
I gotta get all that time. I gotta get all that timing down from this, especially that first track that we. That first track that was the last track.
Big old rehearsal. You know, we got all the stage props and the fireworks and all the stuff we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get a new book cover made now.
All the pyrotechnics.
New book cover. That's exciting. Oof, I didn't even think about that yet.
Yeah.
On the bookmarks, you know.
Yeah.
World of bookmarks this time.
Oh yeah.
Fucking love the bookmarks, bud.
I know. I like the last show we did together. I don't think I did bookmarks for because it was just like, what else am I supposed to do? And then we got there, I'm like, oh.
Joe, I was thinking like you should like have your own like your own separate merch store at the shows where you like have just like ThinkSoJoE stuff, but like also like your yellow sauce, like you know you can pawn off your bookmarks, you know.
Yeah.
There you go.
Stuff if you want, but like just like create your own fucking turn of event in the own thing. I don't know if you want, but like your ThinkSoJoe. We always wanted to give you the plug and be like, this is our fucking man. It's our official narrator, TM.
I think we need to get roadies eventually and just start bringing a couch or like not a couch, but like a recliner with us.
We should
So I could
do,
just sit in a
throne or something.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
Something,
Something more comfortable than a bar stool.
What if we like garbage pick a toilet and like paint it up and make it all?
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun.
Well, if we'll make it super cool, it'll turn it into a literal throne.
Yeah.
Surprise.
It'll be badass.
Like, I think that would be better than, like, you know, just having to grab whatever bar stool I could find or chair or sit on somebody's drum throne. Like, hey, man, do you mind if I sit behind your kit?
Yeah, we'll give you something straight propping.
I was thinking about that when we played with, who was it? We did the show at Mohawk, Texas Hippie Coalition, and I had to sit behind the other opening band's drum kit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you could play the drums if you want. I'm like... Are you sure about this?
Good luck.
You should have fucking done it, bro.
I was just thinking about it yesterday. Like, I should have picked up the sticks and just gone 1, 2, 3, 4, and then sit them down. You guys start your acoustic stuff.
Yo, we could make that a thing.
Just get a drum kit and just bring it, and then that's just part of the shtick now. And then I have a place to put down the book too.
There you
We'll give
go.
you the kit and you won't even use it. It'll be great.
Yeah, it'll just be part of the shtick. It'd be great.
Exactly.
Except then if we get booked on the same show and we're back to back, I have to tear down the drums before I set up my drum and my guitar gear.
There you go.
And we get booked on a lot of the same shows.
Wow, bud. Professional. That's classic.
Maybe just get an electronic kit and then I just set it up on stage. I don't have to take it all apart and everything. I don't know.
That's true too.
Something.
Those guys are now Erudition.
Yes.
Which they Josh Wells showed me some of that stuff. They're pretty. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about. I got
in a weird vein of yellow sauce too.
I got a message from their drummer and like, hey, you know, check out, you know, could you please subscribe to our YouTube channel? And I go, and I didn't know anything about this name change. So I go to this and it's like, this music sounds familiar. And then YouTube says it's those guys. And I'm like, the fuck? Do those guys know about this? And I didn't realize it was their drummer. I didn't realize it was their drummer who sent it to me. So I was like, yeah, okay, sure, dude. I subscribe. Just, subscribe to my band now. So, just one of those deals. And I talked to Josh like 2 days later, and Josh is like, oh, yeah, we're doing those guys as a cover band, but we're Erudition for our originals. Like, oh, everything makes perfect sense now. I get it.
Yeah. Cool, man. They got some, just the grooves. Like, I've been meaning, you probably haven't heard it yet. I've been meaning to show you. I've been meaning to show you their stuff, but because you're going to like it. Erudition.
It's good stuff, man.
Knew those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. I think we were supposed to play with them like sometime this month or something.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think you guys were on that show too. Yeah, that got postponed. I don't know what the deal is with that.
it's gonna happen at a different time. The reunion.
Yeah, that's right. It was the Hovelists reunion, and we were you guys, Yellow Sauce and Living Brain Dead were both on it. And I think the Dreadnecks and some other bands. It was like, oh man, this is gonna be a really cool show. And then COVID, and it is what it is. Things happen. Obviously, you can't. It's better safe than sorry.
It's fine. We'll do it later. We got that show in September that's been planned for 2 years, bro. If that doesn't happen,
oh yeah,
if that show that's been in the books for 2 years, bro, does not happen. Like what?
It's Apocalypse.
Yeah, that show's been on the books for 2 years with Janie Crash of the Tall Men, Yellow Sauce, BD2, and Rust Belt Brigade.
Yeah.
So, and that's supposed to be.
And you know what? Rust Belt Brigade, the one dude is moving to Colorado, so they're only going to be performing once in a while when he's in town. So.
So that they might be out anyway. Yeah. But yeah, so that's supposed to be September 11th at Stamps, and hopefully that'll still happen. So
hopefully,
I got messages from Scott a couple of weeks ago, like, "Hey, you might want to think about canceling your birthday show in November." Like, no.
Optimistically speaking, we'll be ready by then.
Yeah, straight up.
Like, I don't know if I'm. Like, New York seems to be doing okay. I think we should be all right to have things in November, hopefully.
Knock on wood here.
Hopefully. And that's a pretty good lineup I got this year. I don't know who's all on it, but it's a good lineup. No, it's us and XM Priory.
XM Priority and is the Living Bread playing?
Yeah, Living Brain Dead, XM Priory.
Oh yeah.
And I forget who the third band is. Because it's basically the rescheduled.
Show?
Yeah, it was Scarecrow Show. You're right. It's basically the rescheduled All WNY prom, just without Poison the Prophet. So hopefully November 13th that'll happen.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that things will start getting back to normal. We can start actually playing shows. My concern is my next show is supposed to be with Green Jello, and I was watching that DVD the other day. And just watching Bill like in the middle of this huge crowd of people, and it's like that can't happen.
Yeah.
Like
Green Jello is like sensory overload just in general.
Yeah.
It's great.
But like,
great, but that's what it is. Oh boy.
I can't imagine a Green Jello show. What it would be like in these times when you can't be within 6 feet of each other, and like the punk rock puppet heads.
Yeah.
Are they disinfecting those after every show?
Right.
Like.
No.
There's on this DVD that came with this Green Jello vinyl. There's a bonus feature of here's how you make a punk rock puppet head, and I'm getting flashbacks to sitting at fucking Just One More's loft, watching Dewey make the Bob Paul head.
If I needed a punk rock puppet head, I would give Dewey some money.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Because Dewey would do it so much better than I would in the first place.
Oh my god! I remember when Dewey gave us our banana head too.
It's like crown jewel of Yellow Sauce.
Oh my god! We just show up at the the little DIY space.
I'm
just
glad
one
Bob
more
Paul
head.
died. We have that thing now.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, fucking. I just see Dewey working on this yellow fucking head at this industrial space. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't realize.
He's like, it's for you. I'm like, oh,
Are-
thanks.
I remember my
I'm
first.
in my living room right now.
I remember when I played with XM Priory, and I played guitar for them, and you guys were like, you should wear the banana head. because I was still trying to kind of keep it a secret, even though everybody kind of knew. So I go to put my guitar on, and I couldn't get it up over the banana head. So I'm like walking on stage, like adjusting the banana head. Oh man, good times. But Yellow Sauce, new album.
Things than performing with that banana head on, but like
other
people in the audience should totally wear it when coronavirus is not.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, it's a new Yellow Sauce album. It's a reimagining of the original Ballad of Bob Paul with a full band.
The definitive Ballad of Bob.
The
Paul.
definitive Ballad of Bob Paul. There you go.
No, this is it. This is the Ballad of Bob Paul. What you knew is it's just that's the scribblings.
That would have to be a special order.
That's how you need to understand how this is it. This is just Yellow Sauce. Yep. This is the Flying Bison. This is our sound, man. You're gonna like it. You're gonna eat it. It's wholesome.
For sure.
Slurp up that sauce, honey.
And that's coming out, you said August
28th, motherfucker.
August 28th. The definitive Ballad of Bob Paul from Yellow Sauce.
Indeed. July 10th, though, the single. We have a single coming out, too, because, you got to start with something. He Is Coming.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
People, everyone's going to know some of these songs, obviously. You're going to enjoy these.
For sure.
Yeah.
And we're actually about to world premiere He Is Coming from Yellow Sauce.
Shit, I didn't even know that.
Look at that.
Just me.
Ryan's out of the loop. Too busy sucking eggs.
Dude, so busy sucking eggs, bug that.
A special stroke for the people that watch the ThinkSoJoE show. You're going to hear this shit 2 days early, motherfucker.
Yes.
Gonna do it.
Yellow Sauce, thank you. Thank you guys very much. I don't want to cut you off in the middle of a sentence, but
no, you're good.
we're a little behind. So thank you guys, and I can't wait for people to be able to hear this album that we've all kind of collaborated on together and hear my stuff, your stuff. Everything sounds great. I've had a copy for I don't know how long now. It's just been sitting in my inbox. We listened to it the day you sent it, and I've kept it there because, like, okay, I know this is going to come in handy shortly.
Yeah.
But it's a great album, and all the instrumentation is great. Everything's really well arranged, and can't wait for people to hear it. So this is, we're going to let Yellow Sauce off the Zoom once we hit the song button, but this is...
Love you, Joe.
Love you guys.
What do you think for those fans?
Love you guys. Miss you guys. Can't wait to see you soon, hopefully. This is Yellow Sauce. This song is called He Is Coming. On all WNY, ThinkSoJoE Show. Look, they hung up on us.
Breath and got out of his chair and started dancing around like he just didn't care. A showman, a legend, a man with a vision. Believe it, a banana that's straight from the kitchen. So come on, get with the flavor. This yellow sauce is something to savor. All right. It's in the sauce.
Yellow sauce on all... You couldn't do that while the song was playing?
No, I couldn't.
Yellow sauce on all WNY Think So Joe show. Laura's in the chat like Hans Molman. You took 4 minutes of my life and I want them back. Oh, I'd only waste them anyway. So, yes, Yellow Sauce, August 28th with the ballad of Bob Paul. Yes. That's coming. He is coming. They are coming. Everybody's coming. It's a good time. Anyway, speaking of good times, tonight is the July Alliance session featuring Keith Buckley, hosted for the WNY Music Industry Alliance, hosted by Sarah Elizabeth. And we're excited to announce our special guest for this month, Buffalo native Keith Buckley from the esteemed metalcore band Every Time I Die. Keith will join us for stories of his successes and struggles in the music industry, followed by an open Q&A session with the group. Don't miss this rare opportunity. Gather your questions, join them on Zoom. The meeting opened an hour ago, and they started the conversation a half an hour ago. But if you're missing your Every Time I Die fix, okay, like, you know, yeah, you can interact with Keith right now on the Industry Alliance, or you could keep watching this show and you can tune into AEW Dynamite tonight and see Andy Williams in a tag team match with the Lucha Bros and Pepper Parks against the Young Bucks and FTR.
Yeah.
For the best tag teams in the world right there in one match.
Okay.
Anyway, and I hate the Young Bucks, so it took a lot for me to say that. But anyway, I digress. Also tonight, Intrepid Travelers, live at Soldier's Circle. That's starting right about now. They've been wandering the desert lost, but no more. They've got their map, and it points to Soldier's Circle tonight at 7 p.m. Yes, you've heard it right. It's back this Wednesday on the porch of 12 Soldiers Place. And did they mention that it's free and open to the public?
Cool.
The show started at 7, and they've got 2 sets for you. Please bring a lawn chair, blanket, and your mask. Social distancing rules are enforced, but there's plenty of space to find your own room and groove. If you're able to, they'll be collecting donations for the band, and they'll see you tonight.
Sweet.
So get in your car, go. Make sure you got your mask.
I don't know how far that is.
I don't know either. This is going on both on the 10th, which is Friday, and the 12th, which is Sunday. This is Exposure Concert 10, and it says Love Shouldn't Hurt, and it's hosted by the Magic Tones. That's all the information I have.
That's it. So you know it's going to be good.
Yep. Make sure you have your spatulas. Yep. Tuck them firmly in your mask. Also on Friday at 3 p.m. at Niagara Square, it is a march and a protest concert. Music by Drea Denur, dance by Nalia Ansari, Nella Ansari. Violin vigil for Elijah McCain. Art and more at 3 p.m. There's a march, and at 4 p.m. is the protest concert right down at Niagara Square there. Coming up on Saturday, it is the Strange Summer Fest. And Strange Summer Fest is set to go off again this year. Saturday, July 11th, Strange Standard will be performing along with Sarah Elizabeth, Nuke Fun, Bobby Skirzapek, and the Pedestrians, and Philip Stephen. And due to COVID-19, this concert will be under certain limitations and precautions on top of the normal ones. All of these may change based on what the state tells us. 50 listeners max. It's sold out. Audience members must wear face masks when not seated, so bring your lawn chairs. There are many tables, but may not be enough chairs. Avoid physical contact as much as possible. As always, no pets, outside food or drink, coolers, weapons, or explosives. Duh. If for any reason the event can't go forward as expected, it will be rescheduled. It's at the Hilltop Inn in Grove. Doors are at 3 p.m. Tickets, why am I even telling you? It's sold out.
And what town is that? Is that in Alden?
That is in Alden, yes.
Okay.
11389 Genesee Street in Alden.
Okay.
Also going on Saturday, this one at 8 p.m., Grosh is a high-energy rock band from Buffalo, New York, featuring Grace Logan, Josh English, Megan Brown, and Dylan Hund. With influences from bands such as Led Zeppelin and Pearl Jam, the band writes music that is visceral, heavy, and inspiring. Did you guys hear the dogs?
Yeah.
Come welcome back some of our favorite local musicians this summer every weekend from 8 to 11. That is at Thin Man Brewery, 166 Chandler Street, Buffalo, New York, 14207.
All the dogs are getting yelled at.
I totally want to go to a street named after a character from Friends.
Yeah, I'm sure the character from Friends was there first.
Yeah. That was the joke.
Yeah.
Anyway. Also Saturday, this one at 8 p.m. at Milky's, 522 Elmwood Avenue here in Buffalo. They're back in business. Their first show since quarantine. Struggling Productions is excited to bring you an energetic night of rock music featuring the Louseketeers, an alternative punk pop group from New York City. Muddle, Hole meets the Misfits with this amazing punk group. And Elaney and the Uprising, pop punk, heavy on the pop. Doors at 8, show at 9. Tickets on sale via Eventbrite, 21 and up with valid ID. At the time of this posting, which was June 24th, Milky's capacity is 29 people, so they recommend coming early if you want a guaranteed spot.
Cool.
And then on July 11th, that is Saturday, at 9:30, at Sportsman's Tavern, it is the Dooleys Positively Acoustic Concert. Join Paul Swisher, Greg Opolinski, Joe Mombrea, and George Puleo for an evening of positivity through music. The Dooleys will perform an acoustic concert of original music, including an acoustic concert of original music, including selections from their new album Peace, Love, and Kindness, due for a release in September 2020. Covers include selections from CSN and the Grateful Dead and feature the Dooleys' trademark 3-part harmony weaved into a sonic canvas of acoustic and electric guitars. COVID-19 rules and regulations for this venue can be viewed on the ticket link.
You forgot one.
I most certainly did not. What did I forget?
At Mohawk, the Midlife Crisis Extended Happy Hour out of hibernation.
I did not see that one. I don't know why. Midlife Crisis Support? No, what
Extended Happy Hour.
Let's just do that and see what happens. I don't know. This is why I don't do this on the air. Anyway.
I know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, it's at Mohawk Place. It starts at like 4 or 5. Yeah, and it like the band that was supposed to play that night canceled, so the happy hour got extended through until like 11.
As Friday at 5 p.m. to 11 at Mohawk Place. In keeping with Phase 4 of the state's reopening plan, for now, beginning July 1st, Mohawk Place is required to operate at 25% capacity, with complete seating for any entertainment, no standing, no dancing, 6 feet between parties, masks required for staff, masks required for patrons while moving throughout the venue. Nothing can put a stop to the midlife crisis happy hour with DJ Anne Marie. There's going to be vinyl and punk rock, extended hours, and as always, $2 PBR, Jenny, and Narragansett? Narragansett?
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. Cans, $2 off all pints, and cheap well drinks. Due to the recent cancellation of the night's scheduled bands, happy hour will continue into the evening. And they know you're itching for a happy hour that does not include a takeout container, but by all means, bring your own container. That's what it says.
I wonder.
You wonder?
I wonder what the containers are for.
I don't know. Food, I guess.
I'm sure there's not going to be food.
I mean, we used to bring food into Mohawk all the time.
Yeah, but that wasn't during a quarantine. Or,
this is true during a
pandemic.
Yes, you're correct. I don't know. I'd still probably go to Casa and buy pizza and bring it back to Mohawk.
Yeah.
Sit at the table by the merch table and just eat.
Yeah.
Listen to the music. Listen to the music and groove. I miss those days.
I know.
I miss Casa de Pizza.
Yeah, that was good pizza.
It was good pizza. Miss Allentown Pizza. I miss all the pizza places. You actually were like, I want pizza the other day. And so it was like, okay, well, I guess we're ordering pizza. And it wasn't I'm standing outside with Brian, who's bringing me some vinyl and picking up a t-shirt. And actually a couple of t-shirts. He was bringing them to Kevin. But we're standing out on the porch, and it's not my usual pizza driver, who is the guy that we gave a CD to. And he's like, oh, man, yeah, you guys are really good, you know?
Yeah,
so
that was cute.
It's kind of a bummer, because it's like, man, my bass player's standing right here. Why is it this dork instead of the cool guy, like, you know? But, yeah, you know. It's nice to have pizza. I hadn't had pizza in a while. We always get, like, calzones or, you know, subs or whatever.
Tacos. Well, I get tacos. You don't get tacos.
Mohawk kills Jasmine's body every time she goes, except that one time she sat at the cookie booth with Karina. It's because the floor is slanted.
Yeah, and cement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not comfortable to lay on either. I know.
That's not the kind of floor you lay on.
No. But when, you know, when the singer of one of your favorite local bands hits you with a stone cold stunner, you got to sell.
I guess.
You got to sell. You got to lay there for a few minutes, and then you get up and start partying again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking at you know, my memories and stuff, and it's coming up on like the time that I went to New York to shoot that movie, and before I went to New York, I saw the Dreadnecks in Green Jello at Mohawk Place. Like, literally went straight from Mohawk Place to the bus station. And, that was a fun night. It was a it was the first time I ever saw...
confetti?
I might have been. It was the first time I ever saw Green Jello. And Green Jello came out, and they played Three Little Pigs, the Bear Song, and Anarchy in Bedrock. And that was it. And that's and literally, like, on this documentary I have, and also on the album, because the album's the soundtrack for the documentary, but on this, Bill goes, they play Three Little Pigs, and Bill goes, thank you, good night, we only have one good song. And then they continue to play, but which they've been doing a lot more now. Like, the first time I saw them, they played 3 songs and bolted.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they might have stuck around, because I think Bill genuinely does like the Dreadnecks.
Well, who doesn't?
Well, everybody loves the Dreadnecks.
Yeah.
Especially
except for Karina when there's confetti all over.
Especially when there's confetti all over. You handed me a piece of confetti earlier to throw out.
I know. I found it on your desk.
Well, anyway.
There's glittery shit on your desk.
So, yeah. Thank you, Grant.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I play as the Chicago Bulls in NBA Jam, and you know, in the original NBA Jam, you're the Chicago Bulls are Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant. So I'm in here yelling, "Damn it, Grant!" Because you know the computer teammates never fucking helpful. So I'm in here yelling, "Damn it, Grant!" And it's like, am I yelling about the confetti or am I complaining about the game?
I didn't hear that. I must have been asleep.
Probably. I don't know. I yell it a lot. And then, you know, in tournament edition, I got to yell at Tony Kukoc instead. So, you know,
that's kind of fun to say.
Yeah.
Kukoc.
Anyway, but yeah, so Yeah, I've been on the floor at Mohawk Place. I've been on the floor at Tudor Lounge. Been on the floor at Evening Star, all thanks to Grant.
Oh.
Actually, one time at Tudor, I reversed Grant's Stone Cold Stunner into a that's not glitter. That's the road
I thought it was
dot.
confetti.
No, it's not. It's the road dot.
I thought there was actually confetti on his board.
No, that's actually a marking that indicates it's a Rode microphone.
Okay.
Anyway, actually a Tudor, so Grant goes to hit me with a Stone Cold Stunner, but I reversed it into a rock bottom. So he was the one on the floor that time.
Oh.
Somebody comes up to us like, was that planned? No. Nope, not at all.
Not planned, but expected.
Yeah, expected, but not planned. But, yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
What was that?
It was my toe on the mic stand.
Ooh.
It sounded like a tummy rumble.
It did. I had to tell you to be careful with your mic stand and not to kick it too much because it's like right under my computer thing that's not on an actual computer stand.
I'm trying so hard not to move around so much. And I'm getting tired.
I have an actual computer stand, but I have my subwoofer for my stereo on it.
First world problems.
Yeah.
Why don't you swap that with that?
Because I like having this up this high so I can see it.
Okay.
Because I got the lights.
I know. You have lights.
The fancy, tempered glass side and the LED lights and all that if I can't see them.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, we're quiet.
Sauce month.
We are about 3 weeks away from Sauce Month. But yes, Sauce Month is coming. I'm excited. Super excited for another Sauce Month and another Sauce release. And, you get to hear these dulcet tones on is that the word I want?
I don't know.
I have no idea. But you get to hear these golden pipes on the Yellow Sauce album. And like I said, Yellow Sauce has the most handsome, bald, bearded man in the world, me. And then, Ryan's probably, somewhere in the middle there.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's too busy sucking eggs to care.
He is.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, it's a fantastic album. I've had it for a little while. Actually, it's still in my inbox. I could probably tell you how long I've had it. May 27th, I got the Yellow Sauce album, so I've been sitting on it for like 3 months now. Just like, hey, listen to look what I've got.
Yeah.
But I can't, I'm not, I don't want to play it for anybody. I don't want to spoil it. Like, you've heard a bit of it.
Yeah, I haven't heard all of it.
Yeah. I don't know if I've actually listened to the whole thing either. Just kind of like, ooh, look, I got and I kept it accessible, knowing one that they were going to come on the show and reveal details and play a single, I'm sure, and which they did, and also so I have it accessible, so I can be like, okay, time for me to listen to this.
Yeah.
Now I just need to get them to get me a copy on vinyl.
There you go.
I got I'm still waiting for it to actually like get to USPS, but we've got Living Brain Dead vinyl coming.
I know, but you only have 4 coming.
Well, yeah, one for each of us.
Yeah, but
well, it's expensive to do vinyl, so we paid I think like 32 something each.
Yeah.
After shipping for our 20 minutes of vinyl.
Yeah.
So, and Wyatt Coyne's having the same dilemma, too, of, we really want to do vinyl, but we also don't want to ask you to pay $35 for it.
Right.
Or, $35 being the base price, or, have you pay the base price plus, especially for us, because our album's only 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
Maybe when we do a full length instead of an EP, we might just be like, okay, you know what, let's do a small vinyl run.
Yeah.
And we've got options. We've seen places that do small runs of vinyl. But again, the costs are more than we want to charge, at least for a 20-minute EP.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at with that. But, I need to order some more vinyl.
Yeah, you don't have enough.
So I decided that having 9 on the way is the ideal number to have in the mail on the way.
Okay.
And now that I just got 5, and one more is supposed to be coming tomorrow. It was supposed to come today, but now it's coming tomorrow. So, that means I'll only have like 3 in the mail. Mm-hmm. So that means I got to order 6.
Oh my God.
See? It's good logic,
look
isn't
at
it?
Look at how squirrely and excited you get. You're like, yeah, vinyls, yeah.
I mean, I have enough space for like 300 vinyls, so I need to kind of...
And you only have 122.
Right. So I need to kind of like start filling that up. So then I can start worrying about space again.
Oh my God. We're going to like get a new place just so you have somewhere to put your vinyls.
Yeah.
Or poor Madison's room.
Yeah. Well, no, the vinyl is all staying in here.
Yeah.
I would probably, I think what I would end up having to do is probably move the arcade game in there.
Yeah.
and build another shelf where the game is. But I moved it over. If you remember last week, it was up against the desk, but I had to move it because it was like, I can't get to the vinyl up against the wall. So I had to move it.
Well, you figured it out.
I
knew
did.
You would.
Yep.
Yeah. It's freaking hot in here again.
I don't know. It's not as bad as it could be if we didn't have this door open. Can you imagine if the door was closed, we didn't get the air from the bedroom? It'd be like...
Squirrel.
Yeah, I don't know where these cats are.
Squirrely girl.
I don't know where the cats are. Usually Reese's over here yelling at me.
Yeah.
Trying to sneak in.
She's not very good at sneaking because she yells.
Well, she comes over and she sees my back turned or me focused on something else, and she'll start creeping her way in, and I'll turn and I'll see her be like, hey! And she'll back up, and then she'll start talking back. Which I sent Jasmine maybe a year ago a video of her talking back to me. Jasmine said I was being mean. Being mean.
Reese's mean.
Yeah, Reese's mean. Not me. I'm never mean.
I know. Jasmine hasn't seen Reese in action.
No.
You haven't spent enough time with Reese, Jazz.
Yeah, no, that's she gets to hang out with the boys when she's here because you guys are usually up front doing kitchen stuff.
Yeah.
I try to be, and if it gets too hot, then I'm like, fuck this, going to the studio.
Yeah.
Where it's nice and cool, and I got the air on freezing, and then I wonder why I'm sneezing all the time. It's because I'm going from it being like 80-something degrees to being like however cold I get it in here with the AC going full blast. And I never turn it down. It's always like either on low cool or high cool with it all the way up. Especially because I don't have knobs on the thing anymore.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like the knob for the adjustment. Mm-hmm. That's long gone, and then the one on the actual like knob to turn it on just broke like last week or so. And luckily you had tools, so I'm like, okay, I'm just clamping this on here, and this is how I'm controlling my AC now.
I might have to find you a different similar tool just because that's a more useful tool that you have on there right now.
Gotcha.
There's some different clamps. They all came together.
I'll just take like one of the like clamps that I was using for the green screen and just use that.
I mean, you can have a clamp.
Yeah.
You know. You can have one of mine. I won't use them all, but I might use that one.
But I do have 2 clamps just sitting on the shelf right next to you. They were on the. They were up on the. I had them on the shelf, and then I took them down when I built the bigger shelf.
When I was working on film sets,
yes.
My T-shirt would have these end clothespins all along the bottom.
Makes sense.
Depending on what job I was doing. If I was an electrician, I would have more clothespins. If I was a grip, I would have more of these bigger grip clips. But yeah, and then like I would accidentally steal them because I would forget that they were on the bottom of my shirt, and I would like leave set, and like I'd come home, I'd go to get undressed and shower, and I'd take all these clips off, and then forget to fucking bring them back.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, it ruins the day. Always return your expendables, people.
Oh hey, it's 7:30.
Oh. Who wants music?
Anyway, let's get music going then. And what do we have? We have Strange Standard.
Yep.
And they are playing
Strange Summerfest.
Strange Summerfest. There it is. Hilltop Inn and Grove in Alden on the 11th, which I believe is Saturday.
I believe so too.
And this song is called Get Your Love on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
since forever now. I feel I'm in it again. As long as we're together, I can still call you a friend. Hey! Come and get your love. Come and get your coat. Come and get your love. Get out before you grow old. Takes what it will, but somehow I still stay strong. It's not enough to build if you can make it into a home. People say that I'm tragically all hopped up, screwed up here. Consequently, I'm ending up in fear. Don't outweigh my will. Hey! Come and get your love. Come and get your coat. Come and get your love.
strange standard on all WNY Think So Joe show. If you're wondering why Karina's looking at me funny, it's because I told her she's never going to see me during the playoffs. Once hockey resumes, the most likely plan from what we're hearing right now, the latest we've gotten is the NHL is going to have 3 games a day in each of the hub cities. There's 2 hub cities, 12 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Now, the supposed hub cities are Toronto and Edmonton, which means that the games will be on at 12, 3, 4, 7, 8, and 11. So I don't know when I'm getting work done because I'll be watching hockey. I guess in between periods of the 11 o'clock game is when I'd get work done because that's what I was.
I'm going to go on vacation mode for the playoffs.
Jasmine says she'll come over more. Don't worry, Ma. She also said she'll trade us a almost brand new air conditioner for a TV.
Okay.
I got a 20-inch TV. Nothing hooks up to it. You can have that one.
What does that mean?
It's got component cables and a coaxial, and it's got like the VGA cable for the computer.
So it's old.
It's old. It doesn't have HDMI. It was like an HD TV before HDMI was the standard for those. So anyway, you don't want that one. I did mention we should buy a new TV, and we'll trade for Jasmine's air conditioner, one of the old ones.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I watch minimal TV. I would be fine with just music.
And I typically watch TV on my triple monitors in here, so I got AEW here, NXT here, and uploading the show here. So that's every single Wednesday night, and then God save me when it's hockey season again and the Sabres are playing, or even when the playoffs start next, in supposedly in August.
Yeah. Oh
man, how am I going to pull that off? I'm going to have a game on over here while we're doing the show. 2 games.
Yeah.
Have a game here and a game here, and the show right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Awesome.
Love hockey. I can't wait for hockey to come back.
Oh my god. Look, he's already like a fucking cat chasing the puck on the screen. He's like,
I'm just hoping, they keep finding COVID cases among players. So hopefully it'll still happen. And hopefully, nobody's going to have to like drop out or anything.
Yeah.
And hopefully if somebody does have to drop out, that means the Sabres get in.
Maybe.
I doubt that'll happen.
Oh, which cat? Is that squirrel? Squirrel?
Or is there a cat? I don't see a cat. Oh, there is a cat.
Squirrely.
Is that squirrel?
Squirrely girl,
Squirrel, come here. This
like, no,
is what you tuned in for. This is what you tuned in for. Us calling the cats.
Thank you, guys. Squirrel.
She wants to be able to plug in a VCR or a Blu-ray player. She has cables, or be able to hook her tablet up to it.
Come here.
So
come here. I know you're paying attention. Come here.
She's looking at you, but she ain't coming.
Would you come here?
So you promised the people we'd talk about Pac-Man.
Oh shit, we got a Pac-Man box.
Yeah, I was scrolling through Slick Deals the other day, and I saw, like, oh, you could get this for this cheap, and, like, it was a video game loot box. It was like a PlayStation one they were showing, but then I went on I clicked on it.
It's right in front of me. I was looking up there for it.
Yeah. Well, I clicked on it, and it's, like, Pac-Man loot box for $15, and you get, like, pins.
You got, like, five pins?
5 pins, 5 matching coasters. Yeah, look at that. She's got Clyde.
I got Clyde.
I have Blinky on mine, on my vest. And we got 5 pins, 5 matching coasters, a magnetic bottle opener, and a ceramic mug.
Yeah. Which I almost drank my coffee out of today, but I decided it was your mug.
Yeah. But it came in this nice, collector's box with a Pac-Man maze on it, and
it's buried under things. It's like there's a system over here, like things are piled and like towered.
I originally put it on top of the thing, but then when I decided to switch to put the stuff that was on the shelf up there, I put the box on the shelf. But then I'm sitting here like, shit. Now that I put those Stone Cold Steve Austin figures up there, where am I going to put this Sabres teddy bear?
Where's the teddy bear gonna go?
So I ended up putting him on top of the Pac-Man box. So yeah, I got there's so many NBA logos on this thing behind me here that I had to balance it out with plenty of NHL stuff. So I got the Sabres bear,
who's got a really nice bear.
You got 2 NHL logos right here.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, there's a hologram. So, but yeah, I think I want him playing I Got It or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Does he have a name?
No.
Can we name him?
You can name him.
What should we name him?
I said you can name him.
I need help naming
Well,
him.
I don't know what to name him.
That's why it takes 2 people to make a child. Because it takes 2 people to name a child.
I don't know. I didn't have any say in my kid's name, so.
Oh.
I tried to have say in my kid's name, and it's just like, nope, her name's Madison.
What would you have named her?
I don't know.
But you would have had some options?
I just, it would have been nice if any of my input would have been, not ignored, but
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Not sponsored. There's no paid product placement or advertising in this show at all. None whatsoever.
None.
Not even when I'm having a refreshing drink. You can't go for a drink the same time I'm going for a drink. You're supposed to talk when I'm having a drink.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to talk about.
See, I'm trying to go for the product placement joke, and you're over
really
here taking
thirsty.
Well, so am I.
And also, I have.
A Toronto Maple Leafs cup.
Yeah. You're the one who brought it in this house. Okay?
Yes,
This is
I
your
know.
fault.
I wasn't expecting it to become your main drinking glass. I just thought, hey, souvenir from my
It's
trip
a
to
great
Toronto.
cup.
It is a great cup. It's I have a Columbus Blue Jackets one on the shelf over there, but it's behind some pictures from when I went to Columbus.
Would you rather me use that one?
No, I mean if you're going to use that one, you might as well use the Sabres ones. Actually, I think that one's maybe a little bit nicer than the Sabres ones.
Has an insulated cup and a lid.
Right,
that closes.
I understand that.
That's why I don't use the Sabres ones. And they're
I
too
know
big.
that.
They're too big.
I understand that.
They're too big.
They're too big.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
I get overwhelmed.
Anyways, yeah, no, this show doesn't have any product placement or anything.
Oh my gosh. If this was a Care Bear, what would its superpower be?
Sucking. There, I said it, so you guys don't have to. Missing the fucking playoffs, even when there's 24 teams in the fucking playoffs.
I wonder if the bear can floss. Nope, he can't do it.
We need to get Ryan McEnany over here to teach him how to do it.
I know.
Every time they have the floss cam at the Sabres game, I'm just like, is Ryan going to be on there?
Yeah.
Even though I've been to several Sabres games with him and I've never seen him floss at a game.
Really?
But I've only seen him floss at that show. That's the only reason I know is because he played the Of Night and Light tour kickoff and he was flossing. And I'm like, hey, you can do that thing that people do at the Sabres games. That's cool.
Oh,
What
there's
the hell?
stuffed animals falling everywhere.
What the hell is a fork knife? And it was
What's a fork knife?
that's the game is called Fortnite.
Oh, Fortnite.
Yeah. So the joke
What's
is
a fork
fork
knife?
knife. Yeah, see. Okay.
That's such a dad joke.
But yeah, we got this nice Pac-Man box with the coasters and which I don't know where the coasters are. I think they're on the other side of the Studebaker.
Oh. There's a lot of stuff. I am overstimulated.
Yeah, there's only a few things on there. My Metallica patch is on there that I almost threw out a couple of weeks ago.
I love that there's a toilet on it.
Yeah, you see there's a knife.
acceptable.
There's a hand with a knife coming out of the toilet.
Oh.
It's metal up your ass.
Metal up your ass.
That was the original name of the album that ended up being Kill 'Em All.
Oh.
And the story goes that, they were going to call it Metal Up Your Ass. That was going to be the album cover, was the toilet with the hand with the knife coming out of it. And the record company was like, no, you can't do that, guys. And so Cliff Burton famously said, man, these fucking record company execs, kill 'em all. And that's how they got the name of the first album, Kill 'Em All. So, yeah.
Do you want to take this stuffed bear away from me?
I will take this stuffed bear. No, our bidet is not yet installed.
We are still looking for a plumber to install our bidet.
No, I'm actually planning on they're going out of town, so I figure they're out of town, we can do that, so we don't have to.
Okay.
We
don't have to scare them.
We don't have to turn the water off on them and be like, yo, guys, don't use the water for 10 minutes or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Because I assume it's gonna be like a 5-10 minute job. But at the same time, I don't want to be like, yo, we're going to turn the water off for 5 minutes, and then we got to keep it off for like 2 hours because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Right.
It seems straightforward enough. You unscrew this, then you screw this in, and you screw that other part back into it, and then you do the same with the other one. It's just a matter of we got to drill the hole for the tube, and we got to turn the water off before we do anything.
Is it only one tube?
It's 2 tubes.
Okay.
One's for hot water, one's for cold water. So the one from the hot water runs from the sink.
I'm looking so forward to... Listen, TMI, sorry guys, can we please get this bidet installed before my next period?
I asked, the person that I thought would be ideal for the job, and he was like, yeah, it'd be like $150 to $300. And that's without me even looking at it. I'm like,
it's a $60 bidet.
I'm like, I'm not paying $300 to install a $60 bidet.
Yeah.
Like, it does not, like, it seems like something I can do myself. And I'd much rather attempt to do it myself than, pay somebody $300, even if it's somebody who I would not mind giving money to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. If we had money to burn like that, that's probably who we would give our money to.
I love this guy to death, and he's been on the show, and we've played his music, and we've booked his band plenty of times. But that's a little much for a $50 bidet that literally
toilet paper works.
Literally looks like it's going to take 10 minutes to install. It's you unhook a thing, you hook the other thing up to it, hook the original thing up to that, and then do the same on the other side.
It sounds simple.
Yeah, it's. I think the hardest thing is going to be to disconnect the one under the sink because it's right up against the inside of the vanity.
The vanity moves though.
Does it? Okay, that might make things
easier.
easier.
Don't you remember they used to? We would have to
Didn't they take the whole sink out of there though? That's what I'm talking about. Is the thing is under the sink right up against
little hands.
Okay.
Maybe I can do it.
Well, I know what to do. It's just a matter of doing it and having to turn the water off and everything, and I know where all that is. And I knew where all that was before our landlady was like, hey, let me show you where that is. I'm like, kind of know where that is, but sure, I'll follow you just to make sure I know where it is. And she showed me. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's right there. Yeah, I know. Okay. And then I'm like, by the way, we're eventually going to bring these bottles back.
We must have like 40 garbage bags full of bottles.
Yeah, there's so many bottles. Like it's
like half the basement.
The basement is more bottle than anything else at this point. So, yeah, we're gonna install the bidet.
What we need is somebody with a truck to come. Mom, you have a truck. We have 40 bags of bottles. Can you please help us?
Yeah, I mean, even if we got like half of them out of there.
I know, they would probably be so relieved.
Just to kind of, and I made sure to mention like, hey, I know all these bottles are here, but, maybe we should hit the guy who wanted to charge $300 for the bidet. Maybe we should see what he'll charge to install some outlets and her ceiling fan and all that stuff.
Yeah, but then we have working class stiffs too.
This is also true. Yes, I forgot you mentioned that earlier. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna be trying to help find an electrician, I think, because she's having some troubles apparently. Yeah. And I definitely would like another outlet in the corner over there at the very least. But definitely, I want more than one outlet installed, but at least one over here would be nice.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And also to have a porch light, so if I want to go out at like 3 a.m. and cook some hot dogs, I can see what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh my God! God forbid you're trying to cook some real meat and not hot dogs. You can't even see if it's pink.
Yeah, this is true. I need a new grill anyway. I meant to. That's what I need to do is still buy a new grill. Yeah.
I want the bidet.
Well, we have the bidet. It's just a matter of installing it, but I still need to buy a new grill.
Let me add it. I'll do it.
You're gonna install the bidet?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'll try to.
Okay.
I might make a mess.
We've got directions. It seems simple enough. Just, everybody else is like, oh, wow, no, that looks difficult. Like, no, that doesn't look fucking, like, to me it doesn't look difficult, but I'm not a plumber.
Right.
But I know I can learn how to do things and do them myself because when I used to live in Niagara Falls, I lived at these apartments over on 80th Street right near where Walmart is now. In fact, the day I moved in, they were paving the fucking street so that it was more accessible to get to Walmart.
Oh.
Literally, they're paving right in front of the fucking parking lot that I need to pull into to move my shit into my apartment.
Great.
But anyway, I digress. So I'm in there, and I'm like, I call the landlord, I'm like, hey, listen, man, my toilet's not flushing. He's like, okay, cool, I'll send the maintenance guy. So he sends the maintenance guy fixes it, it flushes once, and then after that, it doesn't flush again.
Oh, dear.
And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. And I learned how to fix a goddamn toilet on my own. I'm like, I'm going to go buy the shit. I'm going to put this together myself. I fixed it. It never needed fixing again. At least the entire time I was living there. Of course, I only lived there for 6 months, so who knows?
Yeah.
That was back when I was moving every 6 months, and now I've lived here for like 10 years.
When I was at my first apartment,
Yes.
there was a leak in my washer dryer, and like my carpet was getting all wet and mildewy, and I have chronic asthma, so my mom was very worried about the breathing issues. Well, they sent like not maintenance people or anything. They sent like office ladies up to look at my leak. So they look under my sink in my bathroom, which is where I had hid my bong. And they stared at it for like a good couple minutes. They did. Yeah, and the one girl looks at the other one, goes, "Come here and look at this." And they just stood there and stared at my bong for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I know, like, I didn't say anything. I just was like, okay, I know that you guys see my bong. I know that you guys see that I have hidden my bong in a respectable place. What are you going to do about my bong? And what are you going to do about the leak in my washer dryer?
Uh-huh.
And eventually they replaced the carpet that had gotten leaky. And they didn't kick me out for having a bong.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
No, the only reason I was moving every 6 months is because I was shitty at paying rent.
Oh, that sucks.
I am so much better at that now. I actually, when we were going through all that last week and went down to the basement, I said, by the way, how much do I still owe you back rent? And she told me how much it was, and it's not even that much. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, I could catch up to that.
You never told me what that was. Will you tell me later?
I will tell you later, yes. Okay. It's not much. It's a little bit more than 1 month.
Oh.
But that's
manageable.
Oh, yeah. It's less than what I'm going to end up paying for a new guitar. So, but that's besides the point. Anyway, I'm looking at some PRS guitars, some Gretsch guitars.
That gray one was really cool.
Yeah, that's a PRS.
Oh.
There's an actual like Gibson that's like in my price range, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of want an actual Gibson.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But the only finish I would buy is like the natural walnut finish, and I'm like, I don't want, like, there was a really nice ESP LTD, which is the brand I play. Mm. That was a nice natural finish, and then the back was like this dark finish, like this dark wood finish, and I'm just like, I want that. And now now that I'm like, ooh, okay, time to buy a guitar, they don't have that one anymore.
Oh.
At least not at the place I buy my guitars from.
Yeah.
So I could buy it. I could buy it flat out, like just outright. But my whole plan with buying a guitar is to put it on my credit card, so I'm using my credit card and go through Zounds and make payments.
Yeah.
So that way I'm using my card and I can just pay those payments whenever I feel like paying those payments instead of like immediately. Mm. And not that it really matters, because it's not that I don't have the money. It's just I want to do it.
Establish and build your credit.
I want to do it so they see I'm using my credit card, and they see I'm paying my credit card, and so my credit score goes up. That's the idea, and that's why I want to go through Zounds instead of just straight up buying a guitar.
Yeah.
And I absolutely could just go straight on to Guitar Center and be like, yo, that's the one I want. This is what I'm buying. But I also, like, I have a naming convention to uphold for my guitars. So, like, I kind of need to stick with a color scheme to keep that naming convention going.
Yes, I know you do.
So, that's why most of the ones that I was looking at were, like, these nice blue finishes. But also the gray, like, smoky finish, because then that one could be Smoke. Because he wears gray and has smoke.
There you go.
But That's besides the point. Anyway, it's time for us to go.
Oh, my goodness.
And this is a band that I don't know if we've ever actually played them on the show, but I've definitely I've definitely been a fan of theirs and have wanted to play shows with them and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're playing at Milky's on Saturday with the Louseketeers from New York City and Eleni and the Uprising. This is Muddle, and this song is called Crackhead Behavior on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show, and we'll see you next week.
All right.